All right, so you check the weather on your phone, and it shows the next 7 days sunny, beautiful, mid 70s, low at night 65. So you start trying to make plans in your head what you're going to do, and then you go to bed that night, and your phone goes off. Those alarms start screaming and hollering at you. Uh, you get those like a Amber Alert that everybody gets on their phone. Well, living out here in Oklahoma, you get those thunderstorm alerts on your phone. Whether it's a warning or whether it's just a watch. And they seem to go off between 11 and 3 o'clock in the morning. For whatever reason, like clockwork, your phone will start yelling at you, waking you up. So, uh, if this happened like once in a while, probably wouldn't be that big a deal, but it happens so much all the time, you almost get immune to it. There are times it just goes off. I don't even look at it. I'll just roll back over and go back to sleep. So, that's how common it is out here. So, it's something completely different than somebody coming from out west and living out west. When you look at the weather in California, it'll show the next 6 months sunny, you know, and hot, and uh, maybe two or three clouds in the sky. That's all you'll see. Out here, um, you'll get that forecast, and then that night your phone goes off, and then you'll look at the weather, and the weatherman's like, "Well, the front, it's dropped down a little bit. The cold front, the jet stream, whatever you call it, has dropped down a little further south than what we anticipated. So little cold fronts coming down. Arkansas and Oklahoma. Jet stream meets right through here through Arkansas and Oklahoma, and so it is just totally unpredictable what's going to happen. So you'll be sitting there checking your schedule, thinking, I'm going to have a good weekend. Then you get that alert 3 o'clock in the morning, your alarm's going off, and it's like, well, uh, since the cold fronts jumped down lower than what we expected, and now there's a hurricane in Jamaica, and it's pushing moisture up through the Gulf, and then this moisture is coming up, and it's going to meet right here where Arkansas and Oklahoma are, and all hell is going to break loose. And we're predicting now they ain't going to change the forecast to a high of 45 with the lows of 21, and then you'll get another alarm and say, well, we were wrong about that. Actually, the high is going to be 21 and the low is going to be 10. and, and with this, there's a chance of high winds, which are a fire warning. And then we got a chance of tornadoes. And then you wake up that next morning, and next thing you know, there were 17 tornado outbreaks. There were basketball size hail that turned into Volkswagen size. And the whole country is completely destroyed down here. It is crazy. It's the craziest thing ever. So the weather swings are just something else. If you can get past spring and fall, a little section, then it kind of calms down a little bit. So um, here's the one story, and this happened 2 summers ago. So all right. So as my day goes, my battery died right in the middle of my story. So it's 6 hours later, and I'm back. So, anyways, the story I was telling, my mother-in-law, she lives down the Gulf of Texas, so from Oklahoma, it's probably about a 9 hour ride. She came up, I think she flew up and just hung out to visit with us for a while, and she decided that she wanted me to drive her home. So it was okay. My wife, she was working, so she couldn't go with me, so I was going to make a 9 hour trip down, drop her off, turn back around, and come right back up. Uh, they're announcing like an ice storm here in Oklahoma, and they've been talking about it. How they weren't sure how far it was gonna go or what's gonna happen. But anyway, I want to say this was in February. And my little-in-law, she's like, "Well, probably be all right. Just run me back home, come back." I was like, "Okay." So I get in the car, pack all of her stuff up. We're cruising on down. I keep hearing on the radio how it's coming, sleet's coming, and actually it's going to come all the way down and start to hit Dallas, Texas now. So I'm thinking, man, on the way back, I might be running into some weather. But I get all the way down. We go through Houston. I think it's Highway 59, I believe, 59 south. Don't quote me on that one. But I go all the way down through Houston, then we run through the Gulf, and she lives in a small town. So we unload all of our stuff, and she says, "Well, you know, you're tired. You gonna stay the night?" I said, "No, I'm gonna beat this storm back home." I was like, "I don't want to be stuck down here, you know, for a few days." So I drop her off, stop by the gas station, give me a big old thing of coffee, gas my car back up, and I got a Dodge Challenger at that time. And it's like I'm gonna beat this storm. Well, when I get into Houston, it starts sleeting, and that's rare for Houston. And I think Houston will get, you know, some ice once in a while, but or not ice, but uh heavy rain. But I don't ever remember Houston getting that kind of weather. Anyway, it's starting to sleet. So the more it's sleeting, the faster I'm going. I'm like, man, I am not gonna get stuck in this stuff. And I shoot up Highway 59. I think it bypasses Dallas the way I was going. Because if you've ever been through Dallas, you go through Dallas, you're going to be in there 5 or 6 hours during the middle of the day because the traffic is just a nightmare. But anyways, this is in the evening. I make pretty good time. I get through Houston. The sleet now turns into snow. It's not really sticking, but it's a dusting through that south part of Texas. And I'm trying to get up through. I think Highway 59 takes you through the Ouachita Mountains, I believe, which is beautiful. Matter of fact, I'm gonna do some filming out there. It's not too far away from where I'm at, but I get it starts turning to sleet, and then turns into snow, and then the wind picks up, and the wind is like just going crazy. Um, and as I start going through the Ouachita Mountains, something had caught on fire. So I'm right in the middle from literally it's sleeting, snowing, wind's blowing hard, and all of a sudden I'm right in the middle of a fire. I don't know if somebody's campfire took off or what. And I'm driving through the road, and everything on both sides of the road's on fire, and there's no one around. And the deeper I get into the forest, the more smoke, the more flames. And I'm thinking, man, somebody should at least shut this highway off because now I'm engulfed in this thing. And actually, I'm starting to get concerned because, I mean, I heard nothing on the radio. No police were nothing. Just it was just wide open. And I start getting smoked out, and I start stepping on the gas faster and faster. Then I'm thinking, man, if a tree or something fell across the road, I'm done. You know, so I'm probably in this a good 15 or 20 minutes, and everything is just burning, everything. And I actually see a little clearing, and I get through it. And then started thinking how dumb that was. Man, I should have stopped, turned back around, threw that car in reverse, and just got out of there altogether. But yeah, so and then as I started cruising on, I want to say I made it to maybe Texarkana. I made it through the Ouachita Mountains actually, so wherever that's at. Uh, I probably had another 70 miles to go home. I found a rest area, and I was just so exhausted. I pulled in and I fell asleep with the car running. When I woke up, everything it was engulfed the car. Nothing. I couldn't see nothing but white around me. So I, opened up the door, and all the snow had slid off. There's probably a good 4 inches of snow on top of my car. But to wake up like that, man, not know what's going on, was something else. So I made it home, and the Challenger surprisingly did very well in the weather, even though it was rear-wheel drive. It got me home. So I got home the next day, everything had melted off, and we were in the 80s. It's just, it is so crazy, man. The weather swings out here. Um, if you're not used to rain, if you come from a place like Southern California and you're not used to the rain and the weather swings, it actually can be depressing. It can be very depressing. Um, Sometimes I still go through that because, like I was saying, man, I was born out where the weather was just absolutely beautiful almost every day. You almost never had to look at the weather, man, to see what was going on. And then you come out to Oklahoma, and it rains 2 or 3 days in a row, and you think you'll get a break, and here it comes again. You can't keep up with your lawn because everything's wet. So by the time you get a little bit break, you still can't mow because it's uh, just saturated. And then another storm will come right on top of that, and then on top of that. And so your yard might get up to 7, 8 inches tall. You can't do nothing about it. And then you got the mosquitoes when it's raining. They're loving it. So they're out everywhere, man. They're out to get you. But I thought I'd mention that. Just a quick little subject on the weather swings out here. Absolutely insane. When they're saying baseball size hail, they're it's baseball size. If you've ever seen that, it's something to see. So right now we're going through spring, and we're supposed to get a system here tomorrow night, I believe. And I'm gonna film some of that stuff. It's unbelievable. Your vehicle, if you don't have it parked in the garage somewhere, it's gonna get destroyed, and your roof too. I mean, it'll beat them up. You get a good little storm come through. It's just something else to see. So I definitely don't want to be in it. Something like that could actually kill you. Um, get a lot of pea size. That's not really that concerning, but again, it can mess up your paint job on your car. Uh, pea size hail is pretty common. Marble size. You start getting golf ball. You start getting some damage, and you'll have the new car lots out here. They'll just get literally tore up, and they have the dentless repair guys out there, and they got some kind of machines where they can vibrate those tail dents out of your vehicle. But you definitely, if you care about your vehicle, full coverage for sure, and you're going to want to keep it locked, parked underneath a garage or something that you don't care about that can take the pounding. It's going to happen. And the trees out here too. Don't park anything underneath the tree. We've had two cars, not me, my sister and my dad. Both of them lost a vehicle due to just a tree branch breaking off when they get the heavy winds, and a tree branch literally just sit on. Well, one of them was his pickup truck. He had a '72 Ford, which was a tank. I mean, good metal, and it just crushed it flat. And then my sister's car, same thing. She had an old Subaru, piece of junk, really, as far as I was concerned. Probably did it a favor when it landed on that thing. But that's something to think about. Weather's like no other here. At Tornado Alley, they're not kidding. And I don't know why people live here and deal with that, but we do, I guess. Uh, Once you make something your home, it's kind of where you stay. So, but it just from outside looking in, uh, the allergies, the mosquitoes, it's something to think about. Now, cost of living is way cheaper out here. You have more freedom, a whole lot less stress. People leave you alone. Tornado shelter, though, is something that I recommend. I don't have one. There is one not too far down the road. Definitely recommend putting one in and making sure that it actually is functional. Um, Due to the rain, there's people that they flood out. So the tornado shelters are generally in the ground just a little bit, and that's something that you want to prepare for. Uh, Tornadoes are funny too. They'll hit one house and not another. You'll see where they just kind of cut through. But some of the tornadoes are a mile wide or more, so you got that. Um, I seem to be in a spot where I see them form. They almost form where I'm at. I'm kind of on top of a mountain. They'll form, but they'll go somewhere else. I've seen them jump around. Also, a lot of the thunderstorms will do that too. I don't know if it's just my location or what, but a lot of the storms will just split right where I'm at and then come back together. I'll even watch the news on the radar. You get a red cell headed my way, and then I'll see it kind of just dissipate, and then it comes back together and uh, goes west, so or east. I'm sorry. So generally, the storms come in west and they head east, and that jet stream, I guess, it just does a little dive right here, and depending on what it do, the weatherman will swear up and down that you're about to get hammered, and then the jet stream will just move over just enough to where it totally misses you and you get nothing. So we were supposed to get a system come through day before yesterday, and that's exactly what happened. Nothing happened, nothing, which I'm not upset about. And then they were talking how tomorrow we're supposed to have another system come through. Now they pushed it back to tomorrow night, which generally at nights generally when they happen, so there's no surprise there. But they've been pushing it back and back and back. They don't know what's going to happen, which this day and age you would think they would, but they have no idea, man. So it's something to think about. Uh, Thanks for watching me run my mouth a little bit. I'll come with some more interesting subjects, and I'll film this area out here. I saw a snake earlier, so little rat snake. He took off on me. Would have liked to got him on film, but my battery was dead, and so could have been my viral moment because I hate snakes. So you'll see me running. Anyway, thanks for watching.